Hello and welcome to another devotion for troubled times. This is Pastor Kurt Lunsford. And as we continue to work our way through the COVID-19, I'm just providing words of encouragement and hope from the 2020 readings that our church is doing. And so today the reading covers from Proverbs chapters 1 through 3 and Romans chapter 7. And I've decided to look just briefly at Proverbs chapter 3. So I have that available in a couple of versions today that I'm going to be looking at. And the first 12 verses 1 through 12 of Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is a really familiar one to most people. But let me read from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. And as I said, I'll be reading it from two different versions because they complement each other, I think. So this is the English Standard Version. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline or be weary of his reproof. For the Lord reproves him whom he loves, as a father the son in whom he delights. Now, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but in this reading of these scriptures, you have this promise, or you have this command that's given, and then after the command, you have a reason for the command. It's a promise or a what happens when you do this sort of thing. And so as we move then to the message, we will see that again, that Eugene Peterson in his version tries to keep that going as well. I'm sorry, I'm playing with my computer screen and it didn't work. So there we go, trying to get it centered. Good friend, don't forget all I've taught you. Take to heart my commands. Why? They'll help you live a long, long time, a long life, lived full and well. Don't lose your grip on love and loyalty. Tie them around your neck. Carve their initials on your heart. Why? You'll earn a reputation for living well in God's eyes and in the eyes of people. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. He's the one who will keep you on track. Don't assume that you know it all. Run to God. Run from evil. Your body will glow with health. Your very bones will vibrate with life. Honor God with everything you own. Give him the first and the best. Why? Your barns will burst. Your wine vats will brim over. But don't, dear friend, resent God's discipline. Don't sulk under his loving correction. It's the child he loves that God corrects. A father's delight is behind all this. And I don't know if you caught it, but there is a back and forth going on throughout this entire thing. Obviously, the anchor for many of us is verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths, or he will direct your paths. So you trust in the Lord with everything that you have. You don't lean on your own understanding, your own ability to think things through, to figure things out. Instead, you rely on him and his ways and his precepts. In everything you do, you acknowledge him, you glorify him, you honor him, you turn to him. And then, why? He will make straight your paths. He'll show you how to walk in this world to get the most out of this life. I know it may seem a little bit backwards sometimes, because sometimes God asks us to do hard things. But it's important to remember that he is our loving Father who is so much wiser and so much smarter than we are. And when we do things his way, when we offer forgiveness instead of revenge, when we seek to love those who have hurt us rather than hold grudges against them, it actually adds blessing to our life and increases our years and our health. So don't be wise in your own eyes. It's easy to be wise in your own eyes. It's easy to think you know more than you know. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. You know that the foolishness of God is wiser than the wisdom of men. So trust God, lean on him, allow him to guide and direct your paths. Well, I hope that you have a great day and that you are blessed in all that you do and say, and that you will make it a habit and a pattern to order your steps according to what God has given you. God bless you. Until tomorrow.